Well, he'll be competing in a crowded quarterback room, right? They've also got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and another rookie, Dillon Gabriel, on their roster. Shedeur's hoping he can stand out this summer to earn the starting.
Could the Cleveland Browns be sitting on a hidden gem at quarterback? When Shedeur Sanders was drafted in the 5th round, most fans didn't blink. But now, just a few weeks into training camp, questions are swirling about whether this rookie might actually have what it takes to shake up the Browns' quarterback room. At Colorado, Shedeur was a standout. He had poise, accuracy, and leadership that won over fans and teammates. But despite his college success and his famous last name, he slid deep into the draft. Critics chalked it up to inflated expectations, a limited offensive system, or the hype machine around Coach Prime. During the draft, a prank call added embarrassment to insult, and even Donald Trump chimed in to criticize the NFL for letting Shedeur fall. So what happened? Why did he drop so far, and what has changed since then? When Shedeur arrived in Cleveland, he walked into one of the most crowded quarterback rooms in the NFL. Joe Flacco, the seasoned veteran. Kenny Pickett, the former Steelers starter. Dillon Gabriel, a rookie with a more traditional build and play style. And Shedeur, the flashy but unproven project. Most analysts didn't expect him to survive the preseason cuts. Some insiders said he was brought in more for depth and attention than for actual competition. At the start of training camp, those assumptions seemed accurate. Shedeur took most of his snaps with the 3rd team. Reports said he was getting limited reps, and when he did, it was mostly in low-pressure drills. The coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, was clear that he was a developmental player. Even on local sports radio, analysts like Rizzo and Grossi didn't mention him as a real contender. They focused on Pickett and Gabriel as the likely future behind Flacco. But something unexpected started to happen. Despite the limited reps, Shedeur began catching the attention of former NFL players and insiders. Cecil Shorts III said on 92.3 The Fan that Sanders was already showing traits of a future starter. Cecil Shorts III was on 92.3 The Fan discussing Shedeur Sanders. All the things he's doing in the community.
I'll be honest with you. I've never seen what Shedeur Sanders is doing this early on in a player's career. Like, I've never seen that before.
Teammates praised his leadership, energy, and focus. Even though he wasn't getting first-team reps, his accuracy in red zone drills was being noticed. Coaches started calling his progress very, very encouraging. While he was still a long shot to start Week 1, whispers started building. Could Shedeur actually force the Browns to rethink their quarterback plans? Off the field, he was also making an impact. After an apartment fire in the Garden Valley neighborhood, Shedeur helped host a fun fest to support the community. He wasn't just writing checks or making token appearances. He was there, talking to families, helping kids, and representing the team in a way that made local headlines. Even at the ESPYs, where comedian Shane Gillis roasted him during a skit, Shedeur took it in stride, laughing it off and keeping the focus on the community work he was doing. The moment added to his growing reputation as a mature, grounded rookie who wasn't letting the spotlight get to him.
Shedeur Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado this year, and people are saying it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl. Definitely not nepotism, right?
But all the good PR and leadership wouldn't matter if he couldn't back it up on the field. As camp progressed, coaches noted that Sanders was learning fast. While Dillon Gabriel was getting more early reps and Pickett was being treated as the backup to Flacco, Shedeur was quietly improving. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt praised his football IQ, saying Sanders was asking the right questions and improving on his reads. Stefanski began giving him more complex installs, slowly expanding his role. Still, the odds were stacked against him. The Browns were unlikely to carry 4 quarterbacks into the regular season. Flacco was the presumed starter. Pickett had been traded for, and the team had invested heavily in Gabriel. That left Sanders as the odd man out, unless something dramatic happened. And that's when the trade rumors started. Reports surfaced that the Browns were exploring options to bring in Kirk Cousins. If true, that would blow up the entire quarterback room. It would likely send Flacco or Pickett packing and definitely push Sanders further down the depth chart. Other reports linked Sanders to the Rams and the Colts, suggesting he could be traded if he didn't make the final roster. But through all the speculation, Shedeur stayed focused. He kept working. In closed practice sessions, insiders said he was starting to throw better than Gabriel. His timing was improving. His poise under pressure was drawing praise from defensive coaches. And even as he remained buried on the depth chart, the feeling around the team was starting to shift. Albert Breer, a respected NFL insider, said the Browns were quietly excited about Sanders. Not for week 1, not even for this season necessarily, but as a future option, someone who could develop into a franchise quarterback with the right coaching and time. This view matched what his college supporters had always believed, that Shedeur, given the right setting and support, could grow into something special. He wasn't trying to be flashy or dominate right away. He was taking the long route, trusting the process, and betting on himself. Even Kenny Pickett, who is technically a rival in the QB room, has gone out of his way to help Sanders. Pickett has been seen mentoring him on footwork and passing mechanics. Joe Flacco has offered tips during breaks in practice. There's a mutual respect growing between these quarterbacks, and Sanders has handled the dynamic like a pro. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. The Browns could still cut him. They could trade him. A bad preseason game could ruin his momentum. A Cousins trade could change everything. And let's be honest, being a fifth-round pick with limited reps is not a formula for early success in the NFL. But every training camp has a surprise. A player who wasn't supposed to make it, but did. A name that didn't carry weight in April, but suddenly looks like a keeper in August. Shedeur Sanders is trying to be that guy. What makes his story even more fascinating is how polarizing he is to fans and media. Some still think he was overhyped in college, benefiting from his father's fame. Others believe he was a victim of unfair draft politics and scouting bias. It adds a layer of drama to every snap he takes. Every throw becomes a chance to silence doubters or confirm suspicions. That kind of pressure would break a lot of rookies, but so far, Shedeur has handled it all with composure. His work ethic is another element flying under the radar. Reports out of Berea say he's often the last to leave the practice facility. He's been seen reviewing film well into the evening, working on footwork with assistants, and trying to improve his pre-snap reads. That level of commitment might not earn headlines, but it speaks volumes to the coaches and veterans watching him grind behind the scenes. There's also growing talk that Stefanski has quietly added more RPO packages during camp sessions, potentially tailoring some schemes to suit Sanders' strengths. That might be a small sign, but it's a meaningful one. You don't adjust practice installs unless you believe a player has potential worth exploring. And as the preseason approaches, all eyes will be on Sanders. Every drive he leads, every pass he throws will be dissected by fans, scouts, and analysts. It won't just be about stats, it will be about presence, command, decision-making. If he can show poise under pressure and move the offense consistently, he could force Cleveland into a tough decision. He may not start this year, he may not even dress for games, but if he keeps progressing, keeps leading, and keeps taking every snap like it could be his last, he might just force Cleveland to make room for him. And if they don't, another team surely will. The real question isn't whether Shedeur Sanders can make it in the NFL. It's how long it will take before everyone else realizes he already has. If you found this story as surprising as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories from the NFL. Who do you think will be the Browns starting QB by mid-season? Could Shedeur be the one to shock the league? Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Travis Hunter is about to shatter a record that stood untouched for 67 years. The Jacksonville Jaguars rookie could become the first player since Jim Brown in 1957 to win the NFL MVP award as a rookie. NFL traditionalists are already seething, but Hunter doesn't care about their opinions. The number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft signed a 4-year, $46.65 million contract with a $30.57 million signing bonus paid up front. He became the first non-quarterback in NFL history to receive that bonus structure. Jacksonville traded up specifically to get Hunter, showing massive organizational commitment to his dual threat capabilities. Hunter dominated both sides of the ball at Colorado in 2024. He caught 96 receptions for 1,258 yards with 15 touchdowns on offense. On defense, he recorded 4 interceptions, 11 passes defensed, and allowed only a 39.9 quarterback rating when targeted. He logged over 100 snaps per game for 2 consecutive years. The expectations for Hunter appear to already be unfairly high, way above most rookies, including quarterbacks, wrote Eric Edholm. Yet, if the two-way player can pull off the NFL equivalent to his 2024 season at Colorado, he might break the paradigm of what being a league MVP looks like. Dillon Sanders and Charles Woodson played on both offense and defense, but not on a regular basis like Hunter will. Hunter could become the first player in the modern era to play significant snaps on both sides of the ball consistently. Jim Brown remains the only rookie to win an MVP award in NFL history. No player has accomplished this feat in nearly 7 decades. Hunter's ability to contribute on both offense and defense gives him an advantage no other rookie has possessed. Edholm acknowledges the massive challenge ahead. It might take something like 900 receiving yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns on offense, I figure, plus 4 or more interceptions and other big plays on defense for Hunter, even to enter the MVP discussion. Adrian Peterson was the last non-quarterback to earn MVP honors in 2012. No wide receiver has ever won the award. Hunter faces historical precedent working against him, but his dual position capability creates unprecedented circumstances. The Jaguars possess talent at both receiver and cornerback positions. Brian Thomas Jr. enters his second season after recording 1,282 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns as a rookie. Dyami Brown provides additional depth at wide receiver. The cornerback room includes 4 potential starters: Jordan Lewis, Tyson Campbell, Monteric Brown, and Jarrian Jones. Hunter will compete for snaps rather than walk into a starting role immediately. General Manager James Gladstone spoke to SiriusXM NFL Radio and explained that the team feels Hunter is more natural playing cornerback. The Jaguars ranked number 1, 31 in total defense, and number 32 inches passing defense last season. Hunter's presence could dramatically improve these numbers. Trevor Lawrence has already witnessed Hunter's work ethic firsthand. Travis has been great, Lawrence said. Just his work ethic, how he's come in. He's been one of the hardest working guys we have. I think it's his commitment to learning the playbook and trying to learn the 2 systems. Hunter has impressed veterans like defensive lineman Eric Armstead during rookie minicamp and OTAs. Head coach Liam Cohen has hinted that Hunter could be used on both sides of the ball this season. Brian Sexton from Jaguars.com offered realistic expectations. I expect we'll see flashes of brilliance mixed with rookie mistakes and the usual learning curve that comes from playing on Sundays. The word from Boulder, Colorado, was that Hunter's supreme gifts allowed him to take it easier during the practice week than he will be able to do at this level. Zion Ali, the number 1 overall prospect in the 2026 class, is already drawing comparisons to Hunter. The Baltimore, Maryland native recently confirmed plans to play both defense and wide receiver at Maryland. Ely measures 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds with a 4.4 40-yard dash and an 11-foot broad jump. He turned down a scholarship offer from Dillon Sanders at Colorado to stay close to home. His physical gifts could make Hunter's dual threat ability less rare in the coming years. With elite speed and power, Ely might become college football's next two-way sensation, according to recruiting analysts. If Ely develops as projected, he will enter the NFL draft conversation in 3 years. Hunter's dual eligibility creates unprecedented fantasy football opportunities. In traditional leagues, he can be placed in WR, flex, and OP slots. He receives points for offensive production plus any defensive or special teams touchdowns. IDP leagues offer the complete Hunter experience. He earns points for everything on both offense and defense. His positional eligibility includes wide receiver, flex, outside passer, cornerback, defensive back, and defensive passer slots. ESPN's scoring system demonstrates Hunter's potential impact. A sample stat line of 5 receptions, 47 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 solo tackles, and 1 interception would generate 26.7 fantasy points in PPR IDP leagues. Fantasy experts recommend placing Hunter in a defensive lineup slot in IDP leagues. This strategy allows managers to employ an extra offensive player in wide receiver or flex positions while getting defensive production from Hunter. Hunter partnered with streamer Kai Cenat to create a custom touchdown celebration at the AMP house. The collaboration video went viral across social media platforms within hours of posting.
Can we come up with a celebration for one of your touchdowns this season?
Yes.
Or the first one?
Yeah, it could be the first one for sure. I've been saving it. So I ain't even tried dance to do for my first celebration. So we definitely can come up with one.
Come on, let's hook up. Right now? Right now. Let's cook up. Wait! Anna! Well, we should all do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It gotta be some swaggy like, yeah. Oh my.
Cenat boasts over 15 million Instagram followers and over 19 million TikTok followers. His net worth reaches $35 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. The partnership connects Hunter with audiences beyond traditional football fans. If he scores, he has to hit this dance, Cenat exclaimed during the recording session. The celebration represents the growing intersection between professional sports and digital media influencers. Hunter also became the first athlete signed to Kai Cenat and AMP's skincare brand, TONE. The business partnership extends beyond entertainment into legitimate marketing opportunities.
Fuck, you need to just...
Yeah, he horny. I think he gotta let that out.
Taiwan?
You can't do that.
Pick him up, Jerry. No, pick him up. Hey, sit down, Trey.
You keep the chair.
Sit down. Travis Hunter.
Like, all of them. I like all of them. I love all of them. Oh,
What's your favorite though?
pick that nigga up.
Pick him up.
No, what's your favorite scene?
Nah, wait. Pick Phantom up.
Nah, you can't.
Nah, Phantom got down.
Yeah, you see that? Alright, yo.
Hunter demonstrated business awareness during his AMP house visit. When Cenat requested free NFL tickets during the live stream, Hunter responded strategically. Y'all in Tony Parker's house? Y'all talking about free tickets? All right, I'm selling them for $100. Hunter replied before later agreeing to help Cenat. The exchange revealed Hunter's understanding of professional boundaries and access value. Hunter displayed humility throughout the visit. When offered a seat among the group, he chose to kneel rather than displace anyone. This gesture contrasted with typical high draft pick behavior in celebrity circles. Travis Kelce offered his solution to neutralize Hunter during a recent podcast appearance. I don't know how they're going to divvy him out in snaps. Teams are going to be going after him. They're going to try and make his day miserable, Kelce said on Bussin' with the Boys. Kelce's strategy involves targeting Hunter's defensive side repeatedly, with deep routes to wear him down. The goal is eliminating his presence on both sides of the ball through fatigue. Fox Sports' Bucky Brooks believes Cohen may counter this approach. Maybe Hunter is just a designated third down defender, a nickel or dime who comes in for gotta-have-it situations, Brooks suggested. The Chiefs will test their strategy when they visit Jacksonville on October 6th. Defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo could implement Kelce's recommendations during this Week 5 matchup. Hunter enters the NFL with unprecedented expectations for a rookie. He could contend for both Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year awards depending on his snap distribution. The Jaguars' offense managed only 19 passing touchdowns last season. Lawrence threw 11 of those touchdowns while playing just 10 games. Hunter's arrival could dramatically increase these numbers. Jacksonville's defense requires significant improvement after ranking near the bottom in multiple categories. Hunter's cornerback skills could provide immediate impact in pass coverage. Sexton added perspective on Hunter's transition. He said, I think he will be a tremendous and two-way contributor in time, but Sundays are different from Saturdays, and it is reasonable to pump the brakes and let the Heisman Trophy winner have some room to grow in his first NFL season. The Jaguars begin training camp later this month before their first preseason game.